So our dog, she's a golden. She loves to chew on large sticks and shit outside. Like, for anyone who's ever had a dog and tried to prevent your dog from like chewing on shit, you know, you guys know the struggles. So our dog, she basically got something stuck in her mouth last week, and we're like a little bit panicked about it, but not too freaked out about it, because at the end of the day, she was still able to breathe. She was otherwise acting normally. It looked like she just needed like a toothpick, right? So like we pried her mouth open to like see what was going on, and like we couldn't see anything. So we were like, oh, like I guess like it'll sort itself out, because we weren't seeing anything in her mouth. So we kind of just let it sit, and then all of a sudden her breath started to smell really, really bad. And then my sister came home for Thanksgiving. She's still here. She gets like a week off from school. It's kind of crazy. And she is like Luna's favorite. She's the favorite of our golden. And so she got Luna to like lie down on her back, and like she got her to like open up her mouth, and saw there was something maybe a little bit stuck on the roof of her mouth. And then she managed to like kind of touch it, and I was like, oh, that feels like a stick. So what happened was that our dog had a stick that was stuck on the top of the roof of her mouth, and we were concerned about infection. It had been up there for about a week at this point, so on and so forth, right? So we take her to like the emergency vet, basically, because I couldn't go stay at work. I had already gotten out of work yesterday, so it was like I couldn't do it again, you know. So we took her to the emergency vet, and surprisingly, it was not as expensive as we were expecting. It was under $500, and that was amazing. And she's super anxious, so they had to like sedate her, and then just kind of remove the stick from her mouth. And let me show you what that looked like. We get to the vet, and eventually they're like, oh, here's a little souvenir for you. This is the stick that was stuck in her mouth. This is the stick that was stuck in her mouth. So of course she's like, for a lot of our waiting was actually us waiting for her to be sedated, and then to like be like up and moving. What they told us is that when she went to the back, she absolutely did not want to be sedated. Like she was fighting it, and then it kicked in, and she was out like a light. And so they were able to get this out. And this was her in the car. She looks a little bit high. She was stoned. It was so funny. She looks so out of it. And then this was her at home. She kind of just plooped onto the floor. And it's giving, I don't care what you say, I am not moving behavior. And you know what? We love that for her. She was a little bit out of it. Let me say. But this is honestly has to be one of my favorite pictures of her from like last night. Like we got caught at a whole bunch of lights on the way home. So I was able to kind of like just like turn the phone around while watching the road, and kind of like click some photos and hope that they were, you know, getting the target and not awful. So yeah, this is actually her when we were in the garage, and like my sister who was like off to like over here, like she's like out of frame, was like, she was on holding the leash, and she was like trying to get Luna like out of the car, and Luna just gave me this I'm not moving look. These are some of the photos that we got from her when she was like actually in the car. Like here she is for one. Here she is like in the car. She was like this for a while. She wasn't really processing what was happening in the world, which is really funny. And then she was like in this like half sitting position. Like we hadn't even left the parking lot yet. We're still in the parking lot. But she was in this like trying to sit up posture for so much of the ride. Before at some point she eventually just gave up and kind of like flooped onto the back seats of the car. And it was really funny. But like I cannot tell you, like when we got home and she got into her I'm not moving for shit phase, she really did just like plop onto the floor like this. She she sat her butt down, and then her upper body's kind of like flooped with her. It was so funny. She was so funny.